All right, so today we are working on relation managers. We have a product resource from yesterday, from Wednesday, and we have the relationship between supplier and product to be a many, and that is a many-to-many relationship. So now we need to add a relationship, so a relation manager, so that we can add managers. What is this? So that we can add suppliers to products while editing a product. God damn it, this is so good. Hold on. I need a utensil because there is pico de gallo that I can't eat with my hands. Hold on. Be right back. Be right back. I'm back. And you know what I realized? I cannot have I cannot have this delicious chicharrones. It'll be a crime to have that without a beer. Not sponsored. Cheers. Joining in the celebration that you and Simon are having, Sean. So, congrats. Ah, that is chill. Ah, yes. Why are you on window? Oh, I haven't even switched. There we go. Sorry if I seem a little distracted, but this is way too good to not eat. Mmm. Holy shit. I'm in heaven. The funny thing is, I just had dinner like 20 minutes ago. This is just too good. Hmm. Let's see. Let's open the project real quick. And also let's open Chrome so we can see what we have so far. Ah, my nemesis. You know what the problem is? While I'm working, I have to be switching PHP version. I have there are like three different projects at work. They all use three different PHP versions. One is stuck at 7.4, that is the oldest one, like the legacy code. One is the newer GitHub repos, which are 8.1 and 8.3, no, 8.2, 8.1. I'm gonna say 8.1. And then I have my projects at 8.4. It is a mess. So it's actually two PHP versions actually. And I always forget to switch. So last time we had this, and we have this new product. I managed to get it to this configuration, so it's a nice. It's not full screen, which is nice. And initially I thought I could just add another section here. You are not alone. I have legacy code with PHP 7.4. Yeah, it's the problem with that is that code is so difficult to upgrade, because not only it uses an older version of PHP 7.7, sorry, an older version of PHP 7.4, which was it. I think it was the one of the most popular ones before we got into the 8.x versions. Not only that, I mean, if it was only that, to just upgrade to 8.1 or something like that to start working on the breaking changes, it uses third-party libraries, and this was our fault. From well, not my fault, not my fault. When I got here, when I got the job, it was already there. It uses third-party libraries that are not updated to a later PHP version, and just getting rid of those libraries and writing our own, it takes an absurd amount of time for something that is working perfectly so far. So yeah, we hadn't had time to just upgrade that given everything else. So yeah, something that you have to deal sometimes in a day-to-day basis. But yeah, I thought initially I wanted something in this side, like a drop down to assign a supplier. But now that the supplier not only is different relationship, so the product no longer belongs to a supplier, but it can belongs to many suppliers at the same time. So you can have the same product being supplied by different suppliers. But we also added a pivot attribute to the relationship between those two. So now we have to actually worry about whenever we are creating a new relationship, whenever we're adding a supplier, we actually have to also edit that pivot attribute. So the best way to move forward in this case would be to create a normal relation manager. And I believe it'll be something like with a table, maybe down here, or maybe in a tab. We'll see how the layout goes. I bookmarked some documentation beforehand so I don't have to scramble in the docs. So let's start with listing. Listing with pivot. That is important. That is a good size, isn't it? All right, cool. Shouldn't have taken that bite before reading. Okay, so listen with pivot attributes. For belongs to many, which is the one that we have right now, and morph to many relationships, you may also add a pivot table attribute. That's the one that we have. It's actually called SKU, a provider SKU, a stock keeping unit. For example, if you have a Teams relation manager for your user resource and you want to add the role pivot attribute to the table, you can just do this. So we have, actually, let's start with the basic. Let's create a relation manager. And I believe the command is somewhere here. But there is also another option. Let's see if I can find the command. We don't use of deletes. Whoa. Chill. Sub deletes we don't use. There was another command here somewhere. Oh no, it's for attaching. Never mind. All right. We're not using attaching at this point. Don't think. So let's just use this section here, create relation manager. Oh, before we start, version control. I almost forgot. Let's start by committing all of these changes that we did before. Yeah, that's fine. Commit and push. Push. All right, now from here we can do pull request. Let's add a new pull request, all the data, create pull request. Let's add a description here quickly. No issues were linked to this request. I don't care about that. Adjust the either data, updated the structure. Yep, that's good. And let's merge right away. Good. Okay, now let's update the main branch. Let's create a new branch. Let's call it Relation Managers. All right, now we're ready to go. All right, so the resource is going to be product resource. The relation manager is wait, I can remember. Suppliers. And if I'm not mistaken, there is a name attribute there. But if I am mistaken, I will be pissed. So let's go to supplier first. Supplier model, we have a name, good. Let's go to product, suppliers, perfect. Before we even continue, we need to add the with pivot. And let's bring in the attribute that we want to edit in the pivot table, and I believe it's called supplier SKU. Otherwise, Filament is not going to be able to recognize and also update the attribute if we don't include the with pivot in the relationship itself. And we go with that. Filament can link this to an existing resource, which will open the resource pages instead of models when links are clicked. He will also inherit the resource configure. Yeah, that's good. Product resource. I think I stated that, but all right. All right. And we also have to make sure that we register the relation in the product resource get relations. Why are you turning off? My monitor on my left is just randomly turning off for some reason. If it keeps doing that, I have to turn it off. Come to papa. I'm about to make a mess. All right, we have a new class, Suppliers Relation Manager. Let's go to that class and see what we have. Extends Relation Manager. The relationship is suppliers. The related resource is the product resource. And we just have a table right now that has a create action on the header actions of the table. Nothing has changed in the, well, we actually have to create a product here. Why don't we, I don't know, test product. SKU, let's just say barcode. Price, let's go with 10. Stock quantity, let's go with 10 as well. Oh, it takes us to the view. I have to update the redirect on this one. All right, nothing has changed. I think once we add or register the relationship on the product, we should be able to see and edit related suppliers. So let's try that. We have to go to the product resource class. Why do I have two classes? Interesting. Anyway, this is the one that I need, and we just need to go to the get relations and register using the class name. If I'm not mistaken, it'll be suppliers relation manager class. I think that's how you do it. Yep, totally. So now I not only have we not only have the product information up here, we also have products. What? What do you mean products? That should be suppliers. Did I do something wrong? Suppliers relation manager? Am I putting the wrong supplier, the wrong relation manager? Probably. Just stop doing what you're doing, please. No, there's just product relation. What? That really doesn't make sense. Is it this one? It totally does. I guess when I was selecting options in that when I was selecting the things in the options that I was given, I mistakenly chose the wrong related resource, and that's what happened. Okay, easy to fix. The related resource is the other resource. ReadX Gaming, how you doing? How do you build this project? There will be multiple dealers, each with the suppliers. I mean, inventory service centers and customers. A super admin can view all suppliers data from a dashboard. Well, it's not as complicated as that. So we have a minimum viable product that we want to achieve, and it only involves having one user, one super admin that can do inventory manager, access all sections, update stock levels, and generate API tokens for a later mobile app that we are probably going to have as a companion project. And yeah, it's more and more of a condensed project than like a fully functional, fully featured supplier manager dashboard. I just want to have products and suppliers and manage those in a dashboard, like having products, manage the products inventory and stock, and having suppliers associated with those products as a like a 1.0 minimum viable product version. So it's not so much a production level project as but a more of a teaching project. I wanted to try out Filament version 4, which is currently in beta, and I wanted like a simple yet um, complicated enough project that will give me a chance to touch multiple aspects of the Filament version 4 um, tool set. So I came up with this more of a teaching project, if you will. Should I go for multi-tenancy or scope-based tenancy single database? Depends on what you're trying to build. I mean, if I'm not mistaken, you are building like the dealer's thing that you're just describing. If that is the set of requirements that you have, multi-tenancy will suit you better. But then again, I'm not very familiar with what the actual requirements of your project are, of your project is. But it sounds like multi-tenancy is a good option. Make sure you don't back yourself in a corner though. Like adding too much complexity to where it's not needed, if you know what I mean. Start simple if you can. By the way, you can totally do multi-tenancy in a single database if you want to. Oh,
The
we got
stream is
ads.
now paused for ads.
I'm eating in the meantime. Welcome back from the ads. Hold on, I'm gonna take this plate to the kitchen before I make a mess. Be right back. Yeah. By the way, two things. If you're on YouTube, you can also follow me on Twitch if you want a different vibe live on stream. Link in the description. Both YouTube and Twitch can use the exclamation point say command if you want to send a TTS and call for my attention. Sometimes I get locked in and distracted and I don't read chat. So if you feel like I'm ignoring you, just send me a TTS. So with this, we have a product and we can just say add new supplier. And we have a problem though. Notice that we don't have a pivot attribute just yet. Also, I don't like this setting. I want everything on one column, this size. So to fix that, we are going to read into the next section, which is create with, actually show with pivot. I didn't see the pivot attribute. We don't have the column. I think that's a problem. Name, email, phone. Name, email, phone. We need a new attribute in this table. I think I have it on the docs. It should be easier if I just, oh, not that. There. Where's the listing? Oh, here we go. Yeah, we just need another text column. That's it. That's it. Where is the table? So we only have header actions in the table, which is interesting. It's interesting that you don't need to specify all of the columns in order for them to show in the relation manager. I think previous versions you needed to include all of the columns that you wanted. Right now, I think it's just taking it from the model. So what if we say columns and we add a text column for the, I know the E is not right, for the role. Oh, if I define the columns, now I have to say which columns do I have. If I don't have the columns method, that's what happens. Name, email, role, I think. Phone should be nice to have. Oh, it's not role, actually. It's called supplier SKU. I'm going to change the label of this so that it looks better. That works. All right, so that looks better. Now what we need to do is, if you want to create a new supplier, we also want that column here. In that case, we're going to go to the section of the documentation specifically for creating with pivot. Cannot open location? What do you mean? It's right here. Creating related records with pivot attributes. Again, for belong to many or morph to many relationships, you may also add a pivot table attribute. For example, if you have a teams relation, that's the same example as before. Adding a row, and all you need to do is add it to the form schema of the relation manager, which we don't really have right now. Here's the line. Please ensure that any pivot attributes are listed in the with pivot method of the relationship and the inverse relationship, which we don't currently have. That's a good point. We have it in product, but not supplier, I think. In supplier, we have products with pivot supplier SKU. There we go. So we need to have a method here called form. Form. Does this count? It counts. I have my water over there, but for now I'm just hydrating with beer. Yep. Cool. I rarely do this, by the way, but it was kind of a special occasion. My neighbor brought me some chicharrones with pico de gallo, so I had to chase that down with a beer. It'll be heresy if I used water for that. Like, heresy. So, yeah. We need to pass in a schema and return a schema. Filament, schemas, schema. Like that. And we do return schema, and we also add components, if I can type. Is it columns or no, components? Yes. Components. We're looking for, let's add a text input. For the name, which should be required. I don't remember which ones are required. Let me just check real quick on these create suppliers table. Just the name is required. Email and phone are optional. Okay, that's easy. Just double yoink and paste. Let's make this for email. This is not required. Oopa. We can make it an email just for adding some formatting, client-side formatting, validation. And then finally, phone, not finally, but we're getting there. There is a phone, right? I guess not. Don't mind. Oh, comma. And now we can add the supplier SKU, which is a pivot attribute. And we change the label. That should be it. So now that that is there, we can go here and reload. No? Why is that not working? Hey, Willie. What the crap? It unchecks it automatically every time. Oh, okay. Now I have to check this every single freaking time. Are you serious? Or maybe I didn't save it last time. That's on me. Save. All right, it's fixed. Go ahead, Willie. Say it. Oh, it's Stell? I was wondering what that is. I saved it. I hate when this happens. Oh my god, why are you like this? Oh, of course. Save it and closed it. I am a dumbass. God damn. But I got you. I got you. Hold on. I know you want to say it, so I'm not gonna deny you the ability. Again, please, for the audience. No, wait, 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 wait. Go ahead.
Willie Lustig on YouTube said poop.
Okay. Oh, look at that. My keyboard is almost out of batteries. This is not going to be good. One sec. Please don't die. Are you good? All right. All good. All good. Poop and all. We're good. Wonder why this didn't update. Oh, is this the schema for the supplier? Shouldn't be. Weird. One sec. First of all, this tail. Do I have to do this in the supplier form? Is that what it has to happen? Yeah, totally. Okay. Then we just don't need the, we don't need this. I thought we needed a for method in the supplier relation manager. We don't. We just have to configure it in the supplier schema, and that's where we add the pivot table, the pivot attribute, pivot table attribute. Oh no, it's not here. It's in the, where is it? Oh my God, what are you doing? Stop, stop, stop. Uh, no. Oh no, I added a section. That's what it is. Totally forgot. Product form. I need a section. Now in the section we say column span 1. I don't know if I need the column start. Don't need the column start. All right, to recap, so we have a product here. We can go to the edit page. We can scroll down. We have a supplier section. We click new supplier. Let's say supplier A. Or just test supplier, just for now. Takes us back to the supplier page. I don't know if I like that. Hmm. Hmm. I think, didn't I say in the, was it in supplier or products? Attach action, not create action. Oh, so I need the attach, not the create? Oh. So if I go to product, oh. So create action, just create a new creates a new record for me, does not add it to the relation, does not attach it to the relation of the product. Okay. Filament is able to attach and detach records for belongs to many and morph to many relationships. When generating your relation manager, you may pass the attach. Well, too late now. To also add attach action and detach both action to the table. If you have already generated the resource, which we already did, you can just add the actions to the table. All right. All right, in the header action, let's replace with attach, then record actions. I'm gonna copy this whole thing. Ba, 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 ba. Oh, oh, hold on. This monitor is just twitching. I'm gonna turn it off. 1 second. I just have to unplug it and plug it back in. Hey, Boogie, how you doing? What is what with that? What is with that? What's with that icon? That's terrifying. Hold on, be right back. Yeah. Okay, that should do it. Hopefully. So that means that that SKU is that prod that okay that column that I added to the schema for the supplier was not needed. I need that here. When I attach the supplier, can I? Shouldn't be this test supplier? Didn't I name that correctly? One sec. Why? Let me remove this column. I don't need this column here. Instead, I need that in. There is a way to add an attribute to that, and it is attaching with pivot attributes. In the attach action, you use form with a callback action, callback method. Just copy this, one sec.
The stream is now paused for ads.
Yep, we got ads. We got ads. I'm gonna chill for a second. Does it not update the goal? We reached the follower goal. I have to update later. Oh yeah, baby. Ugh. Eternal Dev Code. It's so glad I found the stream. So glad you like it. Just started getting into PHP and Laravel. Well, congratulations. Welcome to the family. One of us. One of us. And I'm glad you're here too. I'm glad you like it. Yeah, so just so you know, wait, coming from C sharp, and I don't know what that is background. Why did that got, what did that got, uh, I don't know why that got moderated, but sure. Answer over. C sharp. I had a brief experience with C sharp when I was learning game dev, and my first game engine was Unity, and I used C sharp as my first language on that engine. So I did have a brief experience with C sharp. I bounced back off it, like, I mean, not right away. I managed to get through. I managed to do a few things with it, but yeah, I don't know. I like that the syntax is very similar to PHP's, coming both from like a C++ background, like similar syntax to that. But once I moved on to Godot and just a scripting language, I quickly forgot about C sharp. I try to go back to it when I try to do some custom stuff in StreamerBot, but yeah, I realized I had forgotten everything already. But yeah, welcome to PHP, and I'm glad you're getting into it. And Laravel, it's going to make your life way easier. Now, my recommendation, if you're just getting into PHP and Laravel, don't get into Filament just yet. Filament is just a tool set that is built on top of Laravel and Livewire. So my recommendation is first start with just PHP and Laravel. Get around the get your head around the model view controller framework first, with controllers, views, and models, etc. Once you feel comfortable with that, get into Livewire so that you can start messing around with client interactivity without having to learn or use any JavaScript frameworks like Vue.js or the other one. I'm blanking out right now. Why do I keep going to native PHP? No, it's Vue.js and the other one. Holy crap! Do I have a? Am I having an aneurysm or something? React. Jesus Christ! Why have you done this to me? So yeah, you don't have to use React or Vue.js in order to use Livewire, and still you can still have client reactivity. Very useful. Nox is just React. It's just a framework for React. But yeah. Hi, Rihansa. And once you get into Livewire and then start wrapping your head around Livewire and how it works, just writing PHP and have interactivity on the client, then you can start using and getting into Filament, which is just a bunch of tools that allow you to create admin panels super fast, and it's all Livewire components. Wait, where did you come and go? Rihasa, did you delete it? It wasn't a bad comment. I was just pointing out that Nuxt.js is actually just it is React, but it's actually a framework for React. I'm sorry if I was a little rude or something. I didn't mean to. So you didn't need to remove your comment or your chat. Cool. Let me get my water 1 second. Oh, great. Welcome in, by the way. For everyone on YouTube side, you can also follow me on Twitch. Link in the description. We have a different kind of vibe on this side. Same stream, different vibe. If you want to jump over, if you're more comfortable on that side. Also, on the second half of the stream, I play video games, not on YouTube side, but only on Twitch. So if you want to hang out after the coded section, you can jump over and follow and just hang with me a little bit more. And I should be in like 5 minutes or so. Once I'm done with this input, I probably just want to have the input and try and create a supplier attachment. Let me see. Deprecated. Oh yeah, you have to use schema instead. Yeah, apparently form is deprecated, even though it's in the docs. Would you look at that? It still takes a quit PR quick PR for the docs, right? Yeah, I know. Takes an attach action, returns an array. I'm gonna just do this. Text input. Let's import that class. And instead of role, let's use supplier SKU. It is required, I believe. And also, let's change the label for this. All right. If we go back here, let's go back to products, edit, head down, we click attach, and there it is. Oh, shoot, I closed it. There is the SKU. That is a field in the pivot table that connects the product and the supplier. Filament will take care of updating that for you. What I don't like is that I don't have a list of suppliers here. I would like to preload those, and also why is it that I type test and I get supplier? Shouldn't be the name of the supplier. I don't know why that's happening. But first, let's fix the preloading. There is preloading the attachment model selection options. We just need to do preload record select. Very simple, very simple. Why does it say supplier? Where is it getting the supplier text from? No record title? I was about to say that. You bid me by this much. Record title attribute. That'll be name, right? Yeah. See if that solves it. On the supply resource? Okay, supply resource. Let's check. Yeah, there isn't one. You're right. All right, let's check again. That was it. Good call. Good shout. Good shout, gentlemen. Good shout. What else? What else do I need to do? I guess nothing else. This could be lorem test 1, 2, 3, 4, and then attach, and there it is. That means that this product is providing, actually, this supplier is providing this product in the supplier's SKU associated with this product, and the supplier is this one. And we have a detach action. Perfect. It just works. It just works. I might play around, see if I can change the layout of this so I can have maybe a tab section up here so you can change views instead of having to scroll down to see the suppliers down here. I'll read on that a little bit more, and then we'll work on that a little bit on Monday. See if we can clean this up a bit. All right. That is all for today on the coding section. Thank you so much for joining me. YouTube has combined on the edit page. All right. I'll make a note of that. Has combined. All right. I'll read more on the docs about this, and we'll make that update on Monday, first thing. It's a longer name. Yeah, I'll just look for it. It's probably not a great deal to, not a big deal to find it. But yeah, that does it for the coding section. Thank you so much, YouTube, for joining me. Your stream is going to end now. If you want to hang out a bit more, a couple of hours more, I'm going to switch contents on Twitch, and I'm going to play Dune Awakening. Got some things to do today. Rihansa, thank you so much for joining. Willie, as always, thank you so much. If you want to say put one more time, I'll give you 5 seconds before ending the stream. I know you want to. I know you want to. No? You're not gonna say it? You're just gonna say bye? Ah, you're not gonna do it when I say it, only when you want it. I respect that. Okay. Thank you so much. Bye, YouTube. Bye. Oh, don't cry. I'll be back on Monday. Don't worry. If you want to stay a little bit longer, just jump over to Twitch. Link in the description. Bye, YouTube. Bye.